Hello and welcome to Social Media Weekly, episode 21st May 2019. Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
This week, Twitter is filled with anti-vaccination conspiracies. Facebook introduces new policy to curb abuse. Instagram brings stories to explore tab. Instagram steals from competitors again. WhatsApp exploited by Israeli-based group. Now back to our stories. Twitter is filled with anti-vaccination conspiracies. The rate of measles outbreak all around the world has increased from a near zero in the early 2000s. This is thanks to social media spreading conspiracies that vaccines contain DNA of dead fetuses and also cause polio in children. Twitter has taken a step to reduce this problem. People who search for vaccine and related keywords will be directed to a window asking them to verify facts with health departments of their local countries. We still don't have this in Malaysia yet, which was how I was able to find quite a lot of conspiracy posts from accounts that were clearly unverified sources.
So this kind of thing is just another hoax again.
Hoax.
Hoax again.
Yeah. It's I've done a little bit of research and checked even on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and all as well, right? And it seems that people are so adamant, they are so determined that measles, like vaccination is bad for children, and children should be allowed to go out and face all the diseases,
and hopefully will build their immune system.
Yeah, to build that.
Kind of thing.
So there are actually two arguments to this, right? Number one is this part where children should be brought out to actually experience the world and fall sick and get these diseases and get stronger as they progress. But they fail to see from this perspective that as the world progresses and if more and more people are vaccinated, right, the bacteria and viruses actually get stronger.
Yep, correct.
And when they get stronger, people who are not vaccinated will actually be hit harder, and the chances of them dying is actually higher.
Correct, yeah. What do you say about this? It's a double-edged sword kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's like they're taking the past metrics to use it into the present.
Yeah.
Or to the present.
Or it's like, okay, let's have people vaccinated, so people who cannot pay for this vaccination will die faster.
Yeah. Well,
Bring forward the death.
Yeah.
number.
So, and then there is another argument that says that the vaccinations, like say for example, measles vaccinations are made from DNA of dead fetuses, which means that it's like they go to abortion clinics, they take all these dead babies that are aborted, and then they use the DNA and they construct the measles vaccination from it, which is untrue because there's nothing to prove
There's
that
no
it contains.
evidence.
Yeah, there's no evidence to prove that it contains something like this.
Yeah.
And most of these posts that I looked at, right, online, all the claims that they make, right, they don't have a source to back it up. It's just me going in and writing whatever, and there is no proper source to back it up. And whenever they have a source, right, when you go to the source website, it's not even credible source. It's like don't know what medical.com. When you look at the website itself, you know already it's not a credible source.
So I think everyone just be careful with all this viruses or vaccination news.
Yeah.
Just
at the end of the day, just vaccinate your kids.
Yeah, I mean, just not just send them to playground and get a few marks on their face and get sick and hopefully they get better. Alright, next up, Facebook introduces new policy to curb abuse. Since the recent Christchurch mass shooting that left 50 dead, Facebook had been under heavy scrutiny on how they will prevent live videos of the same nature from being aired on their platforms. Last week, they came up with a one-strike policy that will prevent user who breaks the rules from using Facebook Live. User who violates the most serious policies will be banned from using Live for a period of time, for example, 30 days. This includes people who share a link to a statement from the terrorist group with no context, which will immediately receive a ban from Live for a set of time. The company is also planning to prevent these accounts from posting ads on their platforms and labeling them as dangerous individuals and organizations.
So, Yeah.
Facebook.
This Facebook will not remove live
Functions.
function.
Yeah.
They will not create a delay for the live function, because for every one person who use it for a bad purpose, there will be another 100,000 people who use it for
good purpose.
for the good purpose.
Yes, correct.
So in a way, we can say that we cannot allow a little bit of bad press to prevent all the good that can come out of it.
Yeah,
right?
correct. It's like you telling, okay, let's ban MapleStory because people use money to trade inside MapleStory.
Yeah.
But
But there are also a lot of people who actually enjoy the game itself.
correct.
Right?
So you can't ban MapleStory
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah.
So
So how I see from this one strike policy is that whenever someone posts or reposts a content that has something to do with the terrorists, or a post that was created by the terrorists, in this context, it's like the Christchurch guy actually put the entire the entire shooting live on Facebook. So people who shared these videos will receive a one strike ban. So this ban is actually not a permanent ban, but a temporary ban where you will not be allowed to use Facebook Live for a set period of time. They haven't stated how long exactly, but let's say it's 30 days. And after that, or 3 months or 6 months, after which your ban will be lifted. So there is a little bit of odd thing here, because people who share content, people who share live video aren't exactly going on live themselves. They are just sharing the content, right? So if they get penalized and not allowed to go live on Facebook because they share somebody else's live video, if I've never done a live video before and I only share someone else's live video, and I get my Facebook Live ability feature blocked for 30 days, it wouldn't cause me any harm because I don't go live anyway. I'm just sharing someone else's content.
Yeah, you can just block me.
Exactly, right? You can just block me from using live. It doesn't matter to me. But I think Facebook should actually ban the people who are actually going live and using.
You already have the source of this person who created. The first source of the live video, right?
Yeah.
So might as well just
ban that account immediately, or maybe like ban it outright straight away. So
correct,
if they violate your most serious policy, you just ban them forever.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye,
exactly.
Felicia.
So chances are they might create another content and do it again. Maybe that's why they don't want to do it forever, because they want it to be temporary. But let's say if someone wants to go and shoot up an entire school or a mosque, that kind of conviction, you can actually go through that little bit of trouble of you can take like 30 minutes of your time to actually create a new Facebook account.
Yeah, and then just create a new user.
Yeah.
True also.
So there is no way around this. And I don't think this one strike policy works, because
it's quite hard lah. Unless Facebook had come to a point where everyone only one user or one IP address at one registration.
But even if it's the IP address, it doesn't work, because I can use a VPN, I can spoof the IP, and you can have. Then there are also a lot of service providers that have
multiple accounts.
No, it's called. There is a static IP and there is a dynamic IP where the IP address will change from time to time. So even that will be a bit of an issue as well. So if they can tag the user in a sense that we need to give our IC number to Facebook in order for Facebook to label us as one person, unique person with a unique ID.
Correct, yeah.
Then there will be a bit of a problem as well, because Facebook is not known for keeping our information private and secure.
Correct, yeah.
And I will not give
my ID to
my IC number to Facebook, or my ID or social security number, whatever, to Facebook. So that is an issue as well.
I think this is just something Facebook just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's the nature of the business.
Probably it's the best that they can do at this point of time.
Yeah, but
given all the circumstances.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Facebook, I also don't know what to do, man.
Yeah.
I'll probably like, fuck this shit, I'll sell my share, live a life enough to die. Right, next up.
I missed this one up. Hold on.
Sorry, which one?
There's another story. Okay, next up. Instagram brings stories to Explore tab. some of us have seen IGTV and shoppable posts appearing on Instagram's Explore tab. They are not confirming that stories will also be heading there. They are now confirming that stories will also be heading there as well. This makes sense since stories has been doing a lot better than posts for a while now. Like some larger videos on the Explore grid, story posts will also autoplay there as well. So this one covers everything. The Explore tab used to only include posts. Then they brought IGTV in, and then they brought shoppable posts in. And now they are also bringing stories in. I think it's good because stories is a big thing for brands. Like stories is a big thing for Instagram in general. Once stories came into Instagram, right, it took so much attention away from posts.
Correct.
Because it was a more
People use
natural way of using it.
Of social media now.
The more fleeting social media kind of thing, like I can post whatever I want, tomorrow it'll disappear anyway.
Correct.
And my post will still be as beautiful as ever.
I just want people to see this like
just for a while, then I'll take it away.
And even better, so some people actually they post a post and then you can actually share it on your story. Just to get the traffic to your post. So instead of post to story.
Exactly. So next week we will actually talk into detail about how to get brands' stories into the Explore tab. So if you are interested to find out, if you're a brand and you're interested to find out how to get your stories found in the Explore tab by everybody else who shares the same interests as you, stay tuned for next week's Tipsy VP where we will go deep into this.
Alright, next up, Facebook updates algorithm based on surveys with us. The company ran a survey with many of us on platform and found that we do indeed prefer to interact with our close friends over other content. So they have made up an update to show us posts by our friends and pages that contains meaningful content while pushing spamming and non-valuable ones aside. This also includes prioritizing people you regard as close friends over acquaintance. So from now on, marketers need to create content that gives value to viewers instead of ripping off others. Meaning to say, don't just create a post just for the sake of posting.
And also don't repost other people's stuff. You know, Facebook has a lot of accounts like these.
The repost one.
The
repost and reshare one.
What is it called? The Daily Avocado or something. And there is a bunch of them.
I've seen a lot on Instagram, but Facebook I haven't seen yet. Maybe because I detoxed myself from Facebook for 2 weeks already.
Facebook has had this forever, for the longest time. There is this guy called David Wolf, I think. He has amassed a huge following without creating any content or creating very few content by himself. So almost none of the content that he shares outside, right, are actually his own. Everything is reshared from somewhere. So he curates everybody else's content, get permission to share, and then he shares it. And he gets very famous.
Tumpang glamour lah.
Tumpang glamour lah. So from now on, content strategies like this don't work anymore because once Facebook finds that the content that you share is not original and has been used somewhere else before by someone else before, it will immediately demote your content. So the only way to be seen as a brand is to create original content and content that is valuable. People want to see your content. So Facebook has again updated this algorithm based on a survey that they ran on all of us, and they are really pushing this very hard right now.
They want to declutter the
they want to declutter the newsfeed.
It's just too much already. People are spamming it like almost every hour.
My god. Next up, Instagram steals from competitors again. Have you noticed that IGTV grid has changed from a single row of small videos on the bottom half of the screen to a 2 by infinity grid that you can scroll downwards forever? Well, that is stolen from Snapchat. It has also removed the For You, Following, Popular, and Continue Watching formats for one central feed of videos suggested for you based on an algorithm. That was taken from TikTok. So admittedly, IGTV is actually a more intuitive looking platform that allows us to more easily scroll through videos and videos suggested to us without much decision making required from our end. I checked this out I like the new IGTV
Mhm.
because I like
Cleaner.
it's a lot cleaner, it's more direct, it's more clean cut. There is no like big screen with small little screens on the side where you cannot see everything.
Yeah.
I can keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I can see from screenshots and find out or from frames and find out which IGTV video catches my attention, and I can watch that one.
Okay.
It's a lot more YouTube-ish right now. It's
Alright.
like you get grids and you can watch it, and I like it.
Mhm.
I prefer it so much more. And there is one more thing that I want to say about the evolution of IGTV as well. You know how IGTV was invented to push for the vertical video format?
Yeah.
Right now, it looks as if that a lot of content creators have known how to work around it
The vertical.
by repurposing it. They don't actually create a new vertical format video specifically for IGTV,
Mhm.
but they leave top and bottom parts empty, or they
put
just
in the middle.
or they just put it in the middle and a caption below. Or what they will do is they will take a landscape, right? They will cut into two squares,
Mhm.
the left square on top, the right square below.
Okay. Yeah.
So it makes it easier for content creators to repurpose their content rather than to shoot one special one for specifically for IGTV.
I think I've seen this in Qatar Airways also. They put three instead of one landscape.
They will put three frames.
Landscape. So three landscapes is equivalent to one vertical. Is it vertical? Yeah, vertical.
One vertical format.
So, quite nice.
And it looks nice. It doesn't feel as if it's made specially, because to me vertical doesn't make sense with video because there's so little you can see.
Correct. Unless it's like single image. Only just one.
If it's a single image, yeah.
Yeah. So, but that one you really need the eye to shoot for it.
Yes, exactly.
So it's not that
Bit
easy.
of a trouble as well, yeah. So with this is good for IGTV. I am slowly beginning to
Like it.
like it
Mhm.
and consume content from it because they have proper content in there right now.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, yes. And I think from now on it feels like IGTV is starting to move
in the correct
go
direction.
somewhere, yes.
Well, at least you copy the right thing.
True.
Alright, next up, WhatsApp exploited by Israel-based group. Last week, WhatsApp uncovered a security flaw in its platform which allowed an Israel group to spy on users. This group apparently has a history of working with governments to steal data and spy on their citizens. For a chat app that Facebook touted as incredibly private, this news isn't very convincing. A recent article by Bloomberg titled "WhatsApp End-to-End Encryption is a Gimmick" noted that the end-to-end encryption marketed by Facebook creates a false sense of security by the company that is known for surveilling its users. Although that is a far-fetched and baseless claim, Facebook needs to up their game to convince us their security is as good as they say it is. What's new?
I'm quite surprised by this article from Bloomberg. I think they are quite bold to say. I mean, it feels more like an opinion piece rather than proper
Fact piece,
journalism, like a fact piece,
Okay.
because you can't prove it unless you can go down to the
their
source, break it down, and then you prove that this is actually a gimmick and it's not as secure as you think it is.
Well, how do you tell whether is it an end-to-end encryption is a gimmick?
Yeah.
No.
So I think it feels a bit like an opinion piece, but it is a very strong one, and I'm quite surprised that the editor allowed this article to go out. But on the other end, I think it gives us good
Awareness.
and make us think twice about trusting what Google or even any other company says when they say that it's end-to-end encrypted, right? By how much?
Yeah.
How can you prove that it's end-to-end encrypted? Just because they say it is doesn't mean that it is.
Correct. Because if something were to happen, like this Israel-based group, then if it's end-to-end, right, this thing wouldn't happen.
Exactly,
So
right?
Why did it?
So I think in order for Facebook to prove that their end-to-end encryption is indeed as strong as it can ever be, right? For the technology today, they should, after they do a whole bunch of what is this called? Research, studies, they investigate the whole thing, right? They should release their findings to public.
Yeah, correct. It's like how do you tell the public technically how does it work?
Yeah.
Or how is it end-to-end encrypted? It
Yeah.
has nothing to do with you.
And the fact that that you did the best that you can, that anybody else could have done, and it was still not as strong as it was supposed to be. So, which means that your structure, you applied all the locks in the most places, even extra locks, and someone was still able to break in.
So this is a hacker's issue instead of a Facebook issue.
Yeah. So, you know, the hacker was so good that they were able to break through it. Instead of a Facebook issue, like, you know, we chin-chai keep a few locks open because we think that nobody would break into it.
Yeah. Oh well, when you're big, this is what you need to deal with. No?
Exactly. That's all for Social Media Weekly this week. Social Media Weekly podcast is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook. This is Social Media Weekly episode 21st May 2019. My name is Sean.
I'm JK.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.